Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NJPW-World Review. I am your host, Andre C. Going solo again on this show because Melbald's having a little well-deserved vacation while still doing some work for us. So, all those fun little things. So I am here to talk about some NJPW. I'm going to be talking the Road to Destruction tour, September 8th and 9th shows, but I'm only going to be talking about 3 matches per show. I'll be giving results for the rest, but I'm going to keep it a little short and sweet this week. Just lots and lots to cover, so I'm going to give you some of the highlighted matches on both of those shows. But before we get into this, I want to thank each and every single one of you. All you wonderful people coming in here, subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, commenting down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so very much. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video on the channel. So ding dong, hello. And also, before we get into this, this upcoming weekend, myself and the Melball will be live at the Edmonton Expo, where we're going to be talking some New Japan, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking to be there it is. There we go. And there we go. I found it. Yay. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, and my thing is being all weird. You can make that better. And yeah, so there we go. We'll be covering Intro to Japanese Wrestling, September 16th at 3 p.m. in the Ann Room. If you want to join us at the Edmonton Expo, we'll be there. If you do watch the show, please let us know. We'd love to talk to you. If you come out to see us, we'd really appreciate that. So we will be at the Edmonton Expo this coming weekend, September 16th at 3 p.m. in the Anime Room. So it's time to talk some professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to try and get this thing on a little under 30 minutes because it's late for me. I've been working all day. Life is busy. We're talking Road to Destruction, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking the Destruction tour, starting with the September 8th show. So we're going to kick it off with Yo and Ryusuke Taguchi, the Gooch, taking on Just 5 Guys, Doki and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Kanemaru won for Just 5 Guys by catching Taguchi in a figure 4 roll-up pinfall. Again, quick little match. Really, it's a fun little opener. I appreciate both these guys, all these guys, and everything they do. Doki has just become this sensation for me. Mel really got me hooked on the Doki. Again, really good, hard, fast-paced opener. The second match of the show, it's Oscar Loibe, Master Wada, Shota Umino, and Yuji Nagata, not Nagati, taking on Tomoaki Hanma, El Desperado, Ren Narita, and Minoru Suzuki. Narita takes advantage of the young lion Loibe and locked him in an abdominal stretch to earn the win. Following the match, Narita and Umino were trading forearms, and Narita knocked Umino onto the floor. Again, another good, solid bout from both these teams. A lot like good back and forth, hard hitting action. Lloyd Bay just keeps getting better and better and better. This kid is going to become a star for this company, 100%. And again, I'm really looking fondly at the Narita and Umino feud because it continues that Three Musketeer battle that they've been doing. So I'm really into those two facing off. I want to see where that goes. So the first match I'm going to get in depth on is a 6-man tag. It's Chaos. It's Haruki Goto, Toriano, and Yoshiashi taking on TMDK's Bad Dude Tito, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste. I love seeing Bad Dude Tito, Big Teats, rolling over here in a New Japan proper. Gotta love seeing him back over here. I love it. This man has been a beautiful addition to this team. Nichols and Yoshi-HASHI trading shots to start, then trading shoulder blocks. Nichols drops Yoshi with the shoulder block, but Bishamon come in and double team Nichols and drop him, and then they hip toss. And then go to hip tosses Yoshi-HASHI on to Nichols. Shane Hayes comes in, but then into war jumps to his back, dropping Nichols on or Hayes onto Nichols. Big Teats and Yano have a humorous little back and forth. Yano exposes a corner, then he just runs away, tagging him to Goto because he doesn't want anything to do with Big Teats. He doesn't want to deal with the Big Teats. Simple as that. Teats gets a beautiful, nice little Eddie senton onto Haruki Goto. Nichols attacks the back of Goto and bites the head when Goto's seated on the ground. Nichols and Hayes hit the backdrop neckbreaker combo to Goto, and Hayes gets a 2 count. Hayes gets a double armbar, and he works over the back of Goto. Teats comes in, he lays Goto out in the corner, or lays into Goto in the corner, then lays him out with a slam for 2. He then gets a key lock, but the one that they have up over the head. But Goto gets to the ropes, and Teats hits a release exploder suplex. Nichols and Goto trade. Nichols is in him and Goto trade strikes. Goto takes out Hayes, and Teats then takes out Nichols, or takes Nichols down with a lariat. Yoshiashi, and he unloads on Nichols with strikes and hard chops, and drops Nichols with the neck breaker. Yoshi-HASHI places Nichols on the ropes, hits the dropkick for 2. Nichols fires back with a big spinebuster, and Hayes gets the leg lariats in the corner and hits the corner ball, or the cannonball in the corner. Hayes gets the release Falcon Arrow for 2. He unloads kicks to Yoshi, but Yoshi catches the knee he tries to hit him in the face with, and then he takes out the knee of Hayes with a drop kick. Hayes hits the exposed. Hayes runs into the exposed buckle. Yano gets a 2 count, but Hayes fights back. Then Team to get triple team Yano, but the pin is broken up. Yoshi-HASHI hits the super kick to Hayes, and Yano rolls him up for 2, but Hayes blocks the low blow attempt by Yano, hits the uppercut, and then Hayes and Nichols hit the Death Valley Driver neck breaker combo, and TMDK get the win. Again, a very good match. This is all about building TMDK and Bishamon for, I think it's I can't remember what's the date. The date of the October Destruction show, where they're going to face off for the maybe it's the 24th show. I really should be better about this, knowing what's coming on the show, because I am tired. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? There it is. Match lineup. It is the October show. I think this one is on. Nope. This one is actually on the September 24th Destruction in Kobe show. So it's all leading up to Destruction in Kobe for Bishamon and TMDK. And again, I'm really, really hoping TMDK takes the titles, because I'm a TMDK homer. Man, I'm a huge Shane Hayes fan. I really want him and Nichols to take the titles, and then maybe if they need to, they can freebird it. If one of them has to go, it's going to be around. You can use Big Teats, you can use Sabre, you can use Eagles, you can use Fujita. Again, there's all like a million different things you can do. I'm really excited, and I'm really hoping TMDK takes these belts, because again, I think it'd be absolutely awesome. This match was really, really good. Yano is always a treat when he's kept to as little as he did in this match. His goofiness is okay when you only see it for a couple minutes, not when you see it for an entire match. But yeah, loved this, and loved having Big Teats back in the Japan, in the main Japan of New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're going to move on. Next match of the evening is an 8-man tag. It's Tenkoji, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Satoshi Kojima teaming up with Tiger Mask and Togi Makabe, taking on Chaos' Kazuchika Okada and Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Yuto Nakashima. Tenzan keeps repeatedly stomping Ishii. The end of this match comes with Tenzan repeatedly stomping Ishii in the corner, attacking him in the corner. Ref is trying to get him off. He shoves the ref away, keeps going. So the ref calls the match off and declares it a no contest. Tenzan wants to keep fighting, so does Ishii. And then the teams are breaking them up. People breaking them up, and they keep fighting, and they get broken up again. They keep fighting, and again, as Mel would say, glorious chaos. again, good match. Really leading up to it's leading for the ninth show, which I'm gonna talk about that match in depth, which is going to be Okada, Ishii, and Tanahashi defending the never open weight 6-man titles against Hiroshi Tenzan, Tiger Mask, and Togi Makabe. Again, very much looking forward to that match. We're going to move on and to another 8-man tag. It's LIJ's Hiromu Takahashi, Yota Tsuji, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito taking on United Empire's Hanare, Great Okan, the debuting Callum Newman, and Jeff Cobb. I'm just going to give the ending to this one. Tsuji, so I'll talk about this in the main event of the ninth show, which I'll be getting to at the end of this one, at the end of the show, because it's elimination tag for these teams. Tsuji earned the victory for LIJ by hitting Newman with his spear, which is the Gene Blast. So LIJ getting the victory here, really leading into the because they're going to have a elimination tag on the ninth. You have, I think it is in Destruction in Kobe. You have Yota Tsuji challenging Ospreay for the title. Then you also have Naito versus Cobb on that show. Then you have Shingo Takagi versus Great Okan on that show. Again, it's very building for that date. This early Destruction in Kobe, these early Road to Destruction shows, really building for that. So again, really fun little match. Generally good match, and I'm always down with whenever the United Empire is wrestling a match. We move on to the semi-main event of the evening, an impromptu match as it was supposed to be. Oscar Lobe. Man, I can't remember. I am just bad at my job. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. I am just killing time here, ladies and gentlemen, because it's me being bad at my job when I'm tired like this. I think it's Oleg Boltin. That's it. Oleg Boltin was supposed to face Zack Sabre Jr. here for the NJPW-World Television Championship, but he has gotten sick. So stepping in is the now former Young Lion, Mr. Ryohei Oiwa. All new gear, very nice silver gear with design over it. And he is going his excursion. Actually, he will not be leaving Japan itself, as he's going to work for Pro Wrestling Noah, because he's going to be teaming up with Mr. Kaito Kiyomiya, which was in his corner for this match. Oiwa getting the impromptu challenge here. And then also Shane Hayes did join the commentary team here. I think he did a really good job because he did worked this one and the main event. So I think he did a pretty darn good job. Oiwa getting the advantage early on, dropping Sabre with shoulder blocks and runs Sabre into the barricade and gets Sabre to the floor, runs him into the barricade a couple times. Sabre reverses, whips Oiwa into the barricade, but Oiwa comes right back, dropping Sabre with the shoulder block on the floor. Oiwa's really working on Sabre, working over Sabre. He's just capitalizing on all the opportunities he's getting early on. He's really taking advantage. He's learning. But Sabre ends up pulling an armbar in the ropes, then pulls Oiwa over into an armbar on the apron. Then Sabre gets the PK on the apron to the floor. Then he just starts like wrapping the arm in the barricade and wrecking the arm of Oiwa in the barricade again, just really working over that arm. Sabre snaps the arm back in the ring, does that when he hooks with the legs, and he does a twist, and then unloads on kicks on Oiwa. Oiwa strikes back, but Sabre gets the arm and hits the over that Pele style kick to the arm and shoulder. Oiwa gets out of the arm ringers after a bunch of them and gets the wrestling style takedown, like goes back to his amateur roots, and then splashes him, hits a splash and hits two deadlift gut wrench suplex, and he gets the bridge on the second one and gets 2 count. Oiwa then hits a bridging German for 2. Sabre comes back with strikes, kicks, gets a flying guillotine, and he takes him down into the double armbar, but Oiwa gets to the ropes. Oiwa fights back, but Sabre hits the kick, the German, and the German, but Oiwa gets the dragon screw and the figure 4, but Sabre striking at Oiwa and slapping him while they're in the hold. Sabre does eventually get to the ropes. Oiwa follows up with the backdrop suplex and he gets a 2 count. Oiwa tries to go for the figure 4 again, but can't, and Sabre gets the arm bar off the dragon when Oiwa goes for the dragon screw. Then Sabre ties up Oiwa off another figure 4 attempt and gets the double Fujiwara armbar, and Oiwa taps out. Really good match. Oiwa's looking phenomenal. I love the new look on him. Really taking advantage of what he is. And Sabre just a technical master that he is. So good, these two. Sabre, after the match, gets in Kaito Kiyomiya's face, really facing off. So I'm really hoping we get that match down the road because I would love to see Kiyomiya and Sabre go at it. Sabre celebrates as the English commentary team with Hayes and Chris Charlton, with Shane Hayes and Chris Charlton, then tells them they will know what's next because Colonel asks what's next, and he says they will find out what's next in Kobe on the 24th. So we'll see, because I think he's challenging whoever wins the Tsuji and Sabre match at the Royal Quest 3 show at the Copper Box in the UK. So we'll see what happens there. Again, really good match. I really enjoyed these two facing off. When we move on to the main event of the evening, it's House of Torture's Evil and Show with Dick Togo versus just 5 guys, Sonata and Taichi with Taka Michinoku. So the Dick is accompanying, as I wrote, the Dick is accompanying his assholes. The Dick has Evil on his shirt, having the world title on his shoulder. Show and Evil are carrying around the KOPW and the World Heavyweight World Heavyweight Championships, respectively, that they did steal at the G1 Finals. Show keeps running away early to avoid Taichi, and they compare Show to Taichi when he was in Noah running away from people when they first went there. Taichi catches him on the floor, repeatedly runs Show into the barricade. Taichi gets the kick and to the back in the ring, and foot chokes him in the corner and tags in Sonata. Sonata takes it to Show, but Show gets the fingers of Sonata and keeps working over the fingers to this match on both Taichi and Sonata. He runs Sonata into an exposed corner that Evil exposed. Then he tossed Taichi into it. Evil takes Taichi into the crowd, slams him into the wall. Sho takes Sonata to the floor, but Sonata fights back. But Sho gets the hand again and stretches the arm over the barricade, then slams Sonata's face into the bleachers. Sneaky Dick, that's what Shane Hayes called him, hits Sonata on the floor. Sonata fights back in the ring, but gets tossed into the exposed corner. House Torture, HOT cheating every which way they can. Show kicking the face of Sonata, but Sonata comes back, chops Show, but Show rakes the face or in the eyes. But Sonata hits a suplex and tags Taichi in. Taichi takes it to Show, gets the hook kick to Show, and the enziguri to Evil, he takes off the pants. Show keeps trying to get the fingers, then pushes the ref in front of Taichi and hits the spear to Taichi. They go for House Torture go for the double team, but Taichi takes them both out. Sonata takes out Evil, sending him to the floor, hits the plancha, then gets him back in for 2. Evil rakes the eyes, then tosses the foot he catches the kick, tosses the foot of Sonata to the ref and kicks and knocks Sonata down with the kick. Show into attack, and Evil gets the suplex for 2. Just 5 guys double team with kicks and enziguris, and Sonata gets the TKO for 2. Sonata goes for skull in, but gets pushed into the ropes, and this is where the Dick picks up Taka and suplexes him into Sonata against the ropes. And Evil hits Darkness, falls for 2. Sonata ends up reversing Evil, gets the skull end, and Taichi gets the Dragon Sleeper on Show, but Evil does get to the ropes. Sonata follows up with a Magic Screw, then hits the Shining Wizard, but Evil avoids deadfall and takes out the ref. The Dick hits Sonata with the chair. Evil gets the world title, but Taichi stops him, but Show goes to hit Taichi with the wrench, but he sees it. But Evil then gets a low blow on Taichi, and Show hits Taichi with the wrench. Evil hits Sonata with the world title, hits everything is Evil, and he picks up the win. After the match, Show hits the shock arrow on Taichi, and the Dick is choking Taka, but Doki and Kanemaru make the save. Evil tells the crowd shut up, says he's the champion, he's not, and that he's going to retain the title, but he's not the champion, so he can't retain the title. Again, for House Torture match, actually a pretty decent main event. I actually kind of enjoyed the match. It was pretty darn decent. So, just a pretty decently good match. here to cap off the show. I really did enjoy the September 8th show overall. Just a really good time. I don't know, just really did enjoy it. Yeah, so we're going to move on to the September 9th show. We're going to hit up the... And one more time. Again, we started off with a Yo and Rusuke Taguchi versus Just Five Guys Doki and Taka Michinoku. Taguchi gets the Bomaye. At the end of the match, Taguchi gets the Bomaye right to Taka's face. Yo and Taguchi pin him with the double knee face breaker. So yeah, again, but in this match, Yoshinobu Kanemaru did get hurt. Not good. Like, no. We never want to see somebody get hurt in professional wrestling because we just want to see everybody thrive and do well. Yeah, so it's sad to see him hurt. It has been announced he will be out for the rest of the Destruction Tour. A little bit sad because Kanemaru, he's a heel master. He's the one that's, he's sneaky, but he's sneaky in the best way. So, hope to see him back soon. He suffered an injury to his left knee, and he won't be cleared to compete for the rest of the tournament. It's sad, but hopefully he gets a speedy recovery and we see him back soon. He did. It wasn't in this match. I apologize. It was in the later House Torture match where he hurt his knee, but I apologize. I just kind of went into it here, but we move on. 8-man tag match. It is Tomoaki Hanma, Master Wada, Shota Umino, and Yuji Nagata taking on Yuta Nakashima, El Desperado, Ren Narita, and Minoru Suzuki. Shota pins, then a match with Shota Umino pins Nakashima with his Death Rider. Umino and Narita exchange words after the match. Master Wada threw Desperado into the ringside barricade. Suzuki shoved a Milano Collection AT and stole his chair behind commentary desk. Suzuki exchanged some words with Nagata, then threw the chair to the ground. Again, just fracas and glorious chaos after the match. Again, I want to see, like, is this a chance we get Nagata and Minoru Suzuki, which would be awesome. Like, and looks like they're building Wado versus Desperado. Again, there's some great matches coming out of these pairings, and I'm very much looking forward to it. We've got another 8-man tag. It's Chaos' Toriano, Yoshiashi, and Haruki, or 6-man tag. Toriano, Yoshiashi, and Haruki go to... Oh, yeah, because this was the card, but before it was updated, so I apologize. This match did get changed and to take out Oli Bolt and then take out Sabre. Here we go to taking on TMDK's Mikey Nickel, Shane Hayes, and Bad Dude Tito. Again, it's a rematch from the night before. Yoshi-Hashi and Goto pinned Bad Dude Tito with Bad Dude Tito, Mr. Big Teats, with the Shoto. Yoshiashi and Goto trade some nasty words with Nickel and Hayes after the bell. Again, it's all building to September 24th for those tag team titles, and I want TMDK to win so badly. We move on to the final match that I'm going to go quickly through. House of Torture, Sho, Evil, and Yujiro Takahashi versus Just Five Guys, Sanada, Taichi, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Doki gets the Doki Choki on Evil, and Taichi kicks Evil, and Doki rolls it into the Choki pin for 2. Doki goes for the Daybreak, but Togo hits him with the chair. Evil hits Doki with Everything is Evil and gets the win. This is a match where Yoshinobu Kanemaru did get hurt, sadly enough, and he will be out for the rest of the tournament. Sad to say. But again, this one was a little more egregious with the cheating that I didn't really care for. So that's why I didn't want to really recap this one completely. But again, it's all building up to Sho versus Taiji for the KOPW title on the 24th, and Sanada versus Evil for the world title at the October Destruction in Ryogoku on October 9th is where they're going to face off for the title. Again, that show is a stacked lineup at the moment. I'll talk about it more after the next Destruction in Kobe. But man, that's going to be a crazy show. We move on to the first of three big matches of the night. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tokyo Kojima. Crowds chanting for Kojima early. They have a good chain wrestling early on in the match. Zack can't drop Kojima, but Kojima drops Zack with a shoulder block. Kojima throws Zack into the barricade on the floor, then into the apron, back and forth. Goes a couple times. Sabre snaps the arm on the rope when they get back in the ring. Then brings him back to the floor, working over the arms and stomps it on the floor, trying to break it. Sabre continues to work the arm in the ring. Kojima fights back with strikes and lariats Sabre down. Kojima dodges the corner splash and gets the speed chops in the corner. Then gets a splash in the corner, but Sabre cuts Kojima off on top when he's going for the top rope elbow drop and gets an armbar on the top. Sabre again gets the apron PK, but Kojima trips him up and hits the apron and DDT. Strikes and spike DDT in the ring by Kojima, but Sabre then pulls an armbar off the coat when Kojima goes for the cozy cutter. But Kojima gets to the ropes. They trade strikes and Kojima hits the koji cutter. Sabre kicks the arm on the lariat attempt, but it has little effect. With his own lariats, and Kojima drops him with a lariat. Kojima hits the brainbuster for 2. And then Zack comes back with the Zack driver for 2. They trade strikes again, but Sabre pulls the Cobra twist. But Kojima tosses him off, hits a lariat, but then it takes him a little bit to get over the pinfall, so only gets 2. Sabre hits the dangerous backdrop. Give him a little bit of shout out to old boy Taichi. But Kojima hits the CCD for 2. Sabre then comes out of nowhere with a flying armbar into a triangle, then turns it into a disarmor, and then turns it into a double armbar, and he gets the submission victory on Satoshi Kojima. Again, very good match, super technical, but a lot of great striking and power from Kojima, and a lot of great technical stuff from both these men. I really, really did enjoy this. I highly recommend you guys check this match out. We're going to move on to the semi-main event of the evening, and it's the never open weight 6-man tag team titles. It's Chaos, Glorious Chaos. Kazuchika Okada and Tomohiro teaming up with Hiroshi Tanahashi, defending their titles against Hiroshi Tenzan, Tiger Mask, and Togi Makabe. Ishii and Tenzan trade chops and Mongolians early, but Ishii drops Tenzan with lariat and tags in Okada, and the champs triple stomp Tenzan. Tiger Mask has some quick offense with Okada, but he ends up getting flapjacked, and they triple team him. Tanahashi comes in, hits the slam and the flip senton off the second. Ishii's in with the chops, but Tiger Mask is fighting back with strikes, but Ishii has the obvious power advantage. Okada knocks Makabe to the floor and then runs him into the barricade. Tiger Mask has Okada up on the top, but can't get the butterfly suplex, so he ends up hitting an arm drag off the top. Makabe and Tanahashi trading strikes. Makabe drops Tanahashi with a lariat for 2. Then Tanahashi comes back with a twist and shout. Ishii gets in and he hits a brainbuster on Makabe. Then Makabe comes back with the snap power slam. Tenzan is in, taking it to Ishii, but and he hits his brainbuster, which is essentially almost a suplex to this point, for 2. Okada's taking everyone out. It hits the DDT on Tenzan. Then the champs triple team Tenzan, and they do this elevated spike DDT. Ishii drops Tenzan with lariats. Then Tenzan comes back, but he gets back up every time he's hitting with lariats. And then Ishii hits a giant lariat and gets a 2 count. They're also trading big moves. The challengers triple team Ishii with strikes, and Tiger Mask hits the Tiger Driver. Then Makabe comes off top with a King Kong knee drop, and then Tenzan hits the headbutt. Then Tenzan hits what looked like a Bloody Sunday. Looked good, really good there. But he only gets a 2 count. Ishii and Tenzan fight, but Tenzan gets the side effect for 2. He gets cut off on the moonsault, and Okada Germans him from the mat off the top. He then takes out Tiger Mask. Okada hits the landslide. Ishii hits the sliding alley for 2. Ishii then picks up Tenzan, hits the vertical drop brainbuster, and gets the win. Again, really good 6-man tag. I think anybody going into this didn't expect the champs to lose. It was just kind of the, and like, this is honestly the best I've seen Tenzan. Like, we were talking about him through the G1 or in the G1 times when we're like, oh, we don't know how we're looking a little slow, looking a little rough, but he really did look good here. All three men look great. Again, just really good back and forth. A lot of veteran presence in this match. Really, Okada's the youngest guy in the ring. Everybody else is well over 40. He's the only guy, I think, still in his 30s in this match. Really, really good. I really, really did enjoy this match. Great six-man tag team championship match. Tiger Mask is so good, but Tenzan, again, like I said, he looked really good in this comparatively to everything he was doing before. I thought he looked pretty damn good. We move on. Main event of the evening. It's an elimination tag team match. It's LIJ's Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, and Yota Tsuji taking on United Empire's Callum Newman, Great Khan, Hinare, Jeff Cobb, and Will Ospreay. Tsuji's birthday was actually on the September 8th. This is Chris Charlton made a mention here. I kind of missed it on the first one, so that's why I wrote it on this one. I really want the green United Empire polo shirt that with the collar that Callum Newman was wearing. I really did like that. So I had to say, so Callum Newman's gimmick, he's the Prince of Pace, Callum Newman. Hinare is now the face of Fury. You have Great Khan, who is the Dominator. You have the Imperial unit, Jeff Cobb, and you have the Aerial Assassin, Will Ospreay. LIJ does that group fist bump where they go and they all fist bump together. So the UE do the crowns and then they like crash them together. So I'm calling that the crash of the crowns. Tsuji's chops are hard, just rough. He hit with going with Ospreay early. Him and Ospreay have a really good athletic little run early. LIJ really worked, like, as they're taking in, working over the arm of Ospreay. Tsuji ends up slamming Hiromu onto Ospreay, and Hiromu gets two. Ospreay hangs Hiromu up on the ropes, hits a hard running boot, and UE attack LIJ, and they all kind of fight on the floor. United Empire takes over, beating up on Hiromu, like, kind of coming out. Hinare hitting hard kicks. What the heck did I write there? I wrote Bob, but I meant Cobb. Cobb and Hinare with the double headbutt to Hiromu. Cobb hits the deadlift delayed suplex, and he, like, instead of like slamming him down, he runs him into the corner. Callum Newman comes in. He has some really decent chops. Okada comes in with Mongolian chop, or sorry, not Okada. Okan comes in, gets the Mongolian chops, and he sits on the head of Hiromu in the corner. And then Callum Newman ends up drop kicking Hiromu in the ass. Cobb headbutts him, and like looks like he's like almost phased because of it. Ospreay ends up chopping his ass, and then Hinare just does that full on like Hinare right hook into the butt, which is actually a really funny little system. And then Okan gets the sidewalk slam. They surround Hiromu, and he starts throwing chops to everybody with no avail, and they gang beat him in the ring, but LIJ does make the save. Hinare gets the PK to the back, and then the senton. Hiromu comes back, gets the DDT, or as like when he Hinare pops him up, but then Hiromu comes down, grabs him, and DDTs him. It looked really good. Cobb stops Combinacion de Cabron, but misses a leg drop. Naito gets a neck breaker for two. Cobb gets a lariat, but misses the moonsault. And Naito hits a drop kick. Shingo is in. He gets a corner lariat, but gets pulled back on the whip and gets an overhead belly to bellied by Cobb. Newman in like a rocket. He gets a big head scissor on Shingo, follows up with a springboard lariat, or springboard forearm lariat, whatever it was. Khan in to help Newman, but Shingo dispatches with him with a DDT, but Newman gets the enziguri for two. Shingo lariats Newman with it and hit, but Newman comes back, hits his like rebound, like spin kick, really like spinning hook kick looking thing, or spinning roundhouse. He bounced off the rope into the spinning kick, looked really good. But Shingo comes back with a pumping bomber, and he eliminates Newman, Callum Newman, at 14 minutes 57 seconds. Khan and Shingo trade roll-ups. Khan gets the arm triangle choke, but Shingo gets to the ropes. They trade strikes. and Mongolian chops. Even Shingo does some of his own Mongolian chops of his own. Shingo gets the backdrop, and they trade strikes. Khan gets a hard straight right dropping Shingo. Khan puts Shingo up top, sends him to the apron. Then Shingo pulls Khan over the top to the apron. So both men have gone over the top, so they are in danger of being eliminated by over the top rope. Khan hits the eliminator on the apron, but he ends up landing on goes to eliminator, and he jumps off and slams Shingo into the apron, but he lands on the ground, so he eliminates himself. So the second elimination officially is Great-O-Khan with a self-elimination, and then Takagi kind of ends up rolling to the floor after getting the eliminator hit it with the eliminator onto the apron. So he is eliminated by O-Khan technically. But just kind of a dumb spot. So Hanari gets in with Bushi. They go back and forth really quick. Hanari misses a knee in the corner. Bushi pushes him over and then knocks him off the apron, and he gets the elimination at night. So O-Khan self-eliminated 1832. Shingo Takagi at 1835. Like it was a couple seconds later, and then literally 50 seconds later, Hanari is out. And then Bushi tries to, and then he's Ospreay in. Bushi tries to backslide Ospreay, but Ospreay rolls through, hits a hidden blade, and gets the pin to eliminate Bushi at 1949. So within the span of a minute and 20 seconds, you had 4 eliminations. Then Tsuji and Ospreay trade strikes and chops. Tsuji gets that almost like a lethal combination where he backbreakers and pulls him forward, slams him down, like he slams him down and then kicks him in the back of the head. Ospreay goes to the top, but gets hit and kicked by Tsuji. Ospreay escapes up top, slides down, gets a cheeky Nando's kick, then hits a power bomb for 2 to Tsuji. Tsuji pushes Ospreay over on the Os cutter, but Ospreay and he skins the cat. Then Ospreay comes up and pulls Tsuji over, so he's skinning the cat. So they're both skinning the cat together. Ospreay, both get on the apron. Ospreay tries Stormbreaker, but he can't. So he ends up hitting the hook kick. Tsuji drops Ospreay to the apron, then hits a stomp. Then he drops him on the apron, then goes for the stomp, but he jumps off the apron with it, and then kind of stomps Ospreay to the half to the apron, half to the floor, self-eliminating himself, but eliminating Ospreay at the same time. So both Ospreay and Tsuji are eliminated at 23 minutes, 51 seconds. LIJ then comes in. It's pretty much Hiromu and Naito versus Jeff Cobb at this point. So LIJ double team Cobb. Hiromu hits a drop kick in the corner, but Cobb stops the assisted tornado DDT. Cobb stops the head scissors by Hiromu, picks him up, tosses him, gets him on up for powerbomb, then runs and just tosses him over the top onto Tsuji and Shingo on the floor, and Hiromu is eliminated at 25 minutes, 14 seconds. So Naito's in. Naito gets the Enziguri, but he gets cost when he goes for Esperanza. But Naito slips out of slam and gets an inside cradle for 2. The trading strikes back and forth, but Cobb stops Destino. But Naito tries to the elimination over the top, but to no avail. Naito low bridge. So Cobb running at Naito low bridges him over. He goes for the Kaipo kick, or does the Kaipo kick, but Cobb will not go to the floor. Cobb then suplexes, picks him up for a suplex, but he ends up dropping him feet first onto the apron. Cobb then hits a super kick on the apron and does almost where Naito runs and kicks the guy over the top, like the Combinacion Cabron, the first half of it. He does Combinacion to Naito, and then he hits a drop kick, sending Naito to the floor and gets the win for his team. That's Tetsuya Naito eliminated at 27 minutes, 44 seconds. Again, Cobb and the United Empire win the match. So Cobb gets the mic after the match. Cobb says the United Empire is in the main event, and this show is sold out, because he's comparing to the night before where there was some empty seats. He rips up a paper that Naito is carrying around. He says he will beat him at September 24th for the January 4th title shot. He will go to Wrestle Kingdom, and then he does the names off his people and does the sign off for the United Empire. Again, absolutely phenomenal main event. I really enjoyed these guys. I think they did a wonderful, wonderful job. Just killing it. yeah, like I don't know. I love me some New Japan. Happy it's back. Kind of missed it for the last few weeks, to be honest. And just I really enjoyed it. A really good time. Chris Charlton was really good as the lead announcer on both these shows. Had Shane Hayes on the first night for the last couple of matches. Had Mikey Nichols during the Zack Sabre Jr. match, but he did not. I don't think he was there after. Or if he was, I didn't really notice him. But again, I thought Shane Hayes did a great job, and he says Kevin will be back throughout the tour. I think he's going to be. I don't know if he's going to be calling it live in Japan, but he'll probably end up calling Destruction in Kobe from America, and they'll probably do something like that. But again, I'm really enjoying. But like Kevin Kelly has said that January 4th will probably be the end of him in New Japan. Now he's working back here in America. He wants to be home with his wife and his family. I very much understand that. Chris Charlton is the obvious man to be lead, but I think Chris Charlton is a great encyclopedia of knowledge. But you still need another person to help call. I would love to see them go with the coup and take Stu Fulton from Noah. I think he's absolutely tremendous. I love the accent. I love the way he calls it, and just have two Brits calling Japanese wrestling action would be absolutely phenomenal. But there was another gentleman, I think, that did the Stardom show with Chris Charlton. He was really good. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he would be a very good addition to the team. We'll see where they go. Chris Charlton will be picking up a lot of the slack over the next little bit for the English shows. But yeah, they're not showing every Road to Destruction show. There is the 10th, which is the Blue Justice event, and then there won't be another one until the 17th. But there is other shows in between, and then there won't be another one live till Destruction in Kobe on the 24th of September. Again, lots of great wrestling action coming towards you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank all of you for joining us here. I really do appreciate you all coming out or dropping by and watching the videos. I really do appreciate that. Me and Mel, you don't know what the support from all of you guys means to us. We really do appreciate all the love and support you guys give us, because it makes a big it's really big for us getting this, because we loving all the likes, all the subscribes, all the comments. We love hearing from you guys and hearing what you love, what you don't love about professional wrestling. It makes us feel good. It really does. So before I get out of here, I'm gonna do my little. You can find myself on the X, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Hive at that Canada guy. You can find me on the TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada dude. Facebook and Andre Melba Wrestling Talk. You can find the Mel at the X at Collins Melba, on the Facebook, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Blue Sky, and the Mastodon at Melba Collins. You can always find us both at youtube.com/at Andre Melba Wrestling Talk, where you can always comment on all our videos and talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. You can don't forget to check out our friends over here at our local establishment, where you can see Mel doing Paramindful. Lots of great content she does there, all the spooky ooky-ish. Recently talking about vampires, and then all the other great content over there, busting out, taking over, lots of great other content. The Raw review, the Water Watch Along, you have Turnbuckle Talk, lots of great content over there. I highly recommend you check them out. And then also check out our boy, our simulcaster, our man, my mentor, my boy, my friend, my brother. I don't know what you call him. He has been a huge source of inspiration for me in all this podcasting world. My boy Mike the Ref. You can check him out at youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video. You can check him out live at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. Lots of great content every Wednesday. The AEW Watch Along, every multiple other days a week. He plays video games and MLB and just finished up Breath of the Wild and all these other great games, which you can find the replays at youtube.com/at Backbreaker_gaming, where you can find him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, and their freaking guest, Miss Kayla J. Kayla J. Do a shout out from Mel there. Then you can also find our girl, Miss Asher Pizarro, at youtube.com/at Asher Pizarro. All the great content over there. You can see her, my tag partner Mel, and her doing Ladies Wrestling Showcase every second Friday. And then a lot of great other interviews and everything else that Asher does. So much great content over there. But before we get out of here, I'm going to plug it one more time. Myself, Mel Ball, Edmonton Expo, September 16th at 3 p.m. in the Anime Room. Intro to Japanese Wrestling. Please come out and join us. If you do watch the show and you're in the Edmonton area and you're coming out on the Saturday, please let me know. I want to meet you. I want to talk to you. I want to find out and meet all. If you can't are there, I want to meet you because I would love to meet you guys. We'll be there 3 p.m. Saturday, September 16th in the Anime Room. We'll be talking some Japanese professional wrestling. We're going to primarily focus on New Japan and Stardom because that's what we cover here. But we also will talk a little bit about Noah, All Japan. Can't talk about Japanese wrestling without All Japan or Noah. Going to talk about maybe a little bit of Big Japan, DAT, Dragon Gate. We'll mention them, but not get too delving too deep into those. But yeah, lots of great stuff we're going to talk about, and just how the general fan can get into Japanese professional wrestling. And for any of y'all who might watch along with us and may not watch it regularly and just like to watch us recap, please come out. We'd love to show you how to get in and just where to find it, all that fun stuff. You can find it at NJPW-World.com. It will be in the links in the description of our channel. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to go. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so very, very much for everything. And as my co-host would say, adios.